The Running Man was directed by Edgar Wright and is set in a dystopian world where these game shows exist, where contestants compete to the death, basically, in most of them. And in the particular show, The Running Man, they are running from these assassins who are hunting them down and trying to kill them. And they have to survive for 30 days to be able to win the contest. Say what you want about the campy nature of Michael Glazer's original 1987 film, but it did a good job at capturing that concept and the dark comedy that comes with that, and with these civilians finding enjoyment out of it and just finding this horrible thing to be entertaining and be this big spectacle. I think it did a good job at capturing all that, and Arnold's slightly wooden performance made for a likable lead. And of course, I can't go without mentioning that the original source material is developed from a Stephen King novel. He apparently didn't like the original movie. That's cool. I like it though. I think it's pretty good for what it is. It's pretty fun. This 2025 iteration of the source material is, first of all, really cool that it's coming out this year, because the original story is set in the year 2025, so what better time to make this movie now? But it does try a lot of different things from that original 87 film. It's over half an hour longer. There are more attempts at fleshing out Glenn Powell's character in this instance. He's playing Arnold's character here. You do sympathize a little bit more with him here, knowing what's going on in his personal life and with his family, and it makes a little bit more sense in this one why he does enter the Running Man show, even though it's kind of funny because at first he's real adamant on not doing it. Like, I don't want to do the show. I'm not doing the Running Man. Okay, I'll do the Running Man. It doesn't take that long for him to change his mind, but anyways, it makes sense and it's more justifiable in this one, and you can get behind his actions more so, I think. I admired that. I appreciated that they did attempt to make him more of a sympathetic character, like I said, and I think that they kind of achieved that. But I also feel like overall he still is a pretty stale lead character. It's like we learn about his wife and his kid and the situation going on there, and that's it. Like, they just kind of get that out of the way early on in the movie, and like, okay, that's his character. Now we're just going to go on with the action and moving forward with the plot. They more or less do the bare minimum with developing him as a character, and I just kind of wanted more out of that. I mean, he's likable enough. Glenn Powell is very good in the movie, and so you're rooting for him mainly because of the strength of Powell's performance. But from a writing standpoint, he's just not a very interesting guy. Especially early on, he was just angry for a lot of the movie and just getting upset at everyone. And rightfully so, because the world that these people live in is completely effed up and just messed up in a lot of ways. So it's understandable anger, but it just became very repetitive. Like, yeah, I get it that you don't like people to mention your daughter and your wife. Like, I understand that upsets you. I understood that the last couple of times that happened. I get it.
We got the idea.
Where this movie really does shine, though, is in the action, the editing, and the cinematography, which seems to be like the holy trinity of Edgar Wright films of the past 15 years now. If there's anything to complain about with the action scenes, for me, it's just that there wasn't enough of them. You get a few that are pretty cool and pretty rad, but there is also just a lot of downtime too in between these scenes that wasn't dull, but just wasn't as interesting. I think part of that might also be due to just the uneven pace of the movie. At first, you're going pretty much day by day with Powell's character going through this game, and then suddenly it's like, oh, okay, wow, we're further into the challenge now, and there are these moments that insinuate passages of time, but it still just isn't totally clear, and just kind of threw me off at a couple moments. Like, okay, now we're on this day. Oh, all right, I didn't know we were that far along. But even with my nitpicks with the movie regarding its pacing, regarding its script, it succeeds largely due to the strength of its premise, to the action scenes, to really good acting from all the cast. I like the comic attempts as well that are sprinkled throughout the movie. There are some funny one-liners from characters.
Ah! I love you! Yes!
Don't forget to send me a copy.
This is my least favorite Edgar Wright movie, if we're not counting Fistful of Fingers. But I still think it's worth a watch, and I do think that it does the source material justice. And apparently Stephen King thinks so as well, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed The Running Man. I would rate it overall a 7.5 out of 10. In comparison to Glazer's original film, I actually like that one more. I think maybe it's, a little bit blander visually, but it's more of a consistent watch for me and definitely better paced as well. But what do you think of this movie? How do you think it compares to the original? And also just on its own, did you like it or did you not? I want to know. Leave a comment. And that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.